Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I am using the Modern Witch Tarot deck. So as always, my intention with this reading is to get some ideas and insights into the week ahead. And I'm just going to draw 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. All right, so let's begin with the first card. The first card represents the beginning of the week, so kind of like Monday, Tuesday-ish. And here we have the King of Cups. And what's funny about this particular king is he actually looks quite serious. And the King of Cups, well, the King of Cups does. I'm just trying to think in the Rider-Waite deck, what does he look like? He looks kind of serious in that deck too. The King of Cups is kind of an enigma to me because he's a king, so he has the kind of mature masculine qualities. He has leadership qualities. He has those kind of mature, powerful sort of qualities. But he's the king of the suit of cups, and the suit of cups is unpredictable because it represents emotions and feelings and relationships. And emotions and feelings, by their very nature, are unpredictable, and they kind of change and you know, they go with the flow, and they are not always stable and static. And so here we have kind of a stable, static figure, and he's sitting on this concrete block. Yet he is the leader of a suit that is, by its very nature, unstable. So what does it mean for us? Why has this card shown up for us? To me, this is about being able to find your strong center and to find a sense of solidity, or how do I say it? Yeah, to find a sense of groundedness and solidness, even when it feels like everything that's happening around you is shifting and changing and very kind of unstable and unsolid. And what I'm getting from this card is that the beginning of the week is a good time to tap into your emotions. But before doing that, you need to kind of ground yourself. You need to have a sense of your own sort of stability, so that you don't get swept up in the big, strong, powerful emotions. And so how you go about doing that is up to you. I'm just trying to think of some ideas of how to do that. How do you ground yourself before diving into your emotions? One way I like to do this is I like to have a pen and paper when I'm doing this. So when I'm diving into a difficult issue or a feeling, I like to write it down. And to me, that's like a physical thing that I can do, a way to explore an emotion that feels really grounded and really stable. I feel like there's more that I want to say about this King of Cups. I'm not sure what though, so let's move on to the next card. So the next card is for the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, and we have the Hanged One. Okay. So the Hanged One is a symbol of enlightenment. It's that aha moment when you suddenly see things from a different perspective and everything kind of falls into place and makes sense. It's also a card of maybe feeling powerless or feeling stuck. And oftentimes those flashes of insight and aha moments can sometimes come out of a situation where you're really struggling and where you feel like things aren't going your way and you're not moving forward. You might even argue that that's the only time that you achieve a sense of progress or growth is from those struggles. I mean, that's debatable, but that's just kind of what pops into my head when I look at this card. I'm also really noticing at the top of the tree It's like part of the tree is going one way and the other part is like shooting out the other way. And the person is lined up with the trunk. And it makes me think of kind of the difference between the horizontal path and the vertical path. The horizontal path being sort of the path of progress and change and day-to-day life and achievement and working, etc. And then the horizontal, or no, that's the horizontal path. The vertical path, which is the up and down, is more of a spiritual dimension. It's more about being fully present in the here and now, in the moment, being present, and the quality of presence that you bring to any moment in time. So how you show up in the world, how aware you are, how awake and how alert you are, how observant you are to what's going on, how much you notice, how much you're taking in, just how present you are. So I feel like I'm babbling here. Okay, what am I trying to say? What am I talking about? I feel like the first card was talking about being present with your feelings and your emotions. So not blocking them off, not pushing them away because they might be inconvenient, but being really fully present with them. And the Hanged One is about being fully present in the moment. And that means being open to whatever this moment is serving up for you. And that could be particular feelings that you're having, particular emotions that really want to be felt. It could be, whatever is required. Like ask yourself right in this moment, what is required of you? What is being offered up to you in this moment? And how can you be more present with reality and what's around you? Let's look at the last card. Last card is Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a card of journey and change and progression. I sometimes associate it with travel, but it's usually, remember when I was talking about the horizontal path? The Six of Swords is like moving along that horizontal path, maybe moving from one job to another job, moving from one home to another home, or one relationship to another relationship, or one life phase to a new life phase. It's that kind of progression that we make in our lives. And sometimes it's progression and other times it's just movement. Like it's not necessarily for the best or for the worst. It's just change. So sometimes when Six of Swords shows up, it's because we need a change of some sort. And it could just be change for the sake of change. Because when we shake up our day-to-day routine, it's easier to be fully present. So coming back to the Hanged One, it's easier to be alive and fully present when we're not doing the same thing day in, day out. You can really get stuck in a rut when you get really into a routine where you're doing the same kind of stuff over and over. You start to assume that you know what the next day is going to bring, because maybe in the past it's always been the same. And so you kind of start to go on autopilot, and that's when you start to check out. That's when you are not fully alive and aware and present. That's when you start to check out and you start to miss things. You start to assume that you know what is happening and what life is, and you start to miss things. So the Six of Swords, I feel like the advice with this card is, if you feel like you're stuck in a rut right now and every day is the same crap over and over again, ask yourself, what can you do to switch up your routine a little bit? And it doesn't have to be major. It doesn't have to be, moving to a new city or ditching your partner and getting a new one. It doesn't have to be some like grand thing. It could be something minor, like switching up the order that you do things in a certain day. Walking a different route, going to a different park or something like that. Just kind of little things that kind of keep you on your toes and keep you alert so that you don't fall asleep at the wheel. All right. I think I've said everything. I'm just going to look at all of these cards, see if there's anything else I want to mention. I am drawn to the glasses that the King of Cups is wearing, and I feel like that's about putting on your glasses and looking at something with clarity and seeing something in a clear way. And again, I think this has to do with feelings and emotions, kind of the value of seeing your emotions for what they are, not necessarily taking them seriously, because emotions are not facts and they're not things. They are malleable, they change, they shift. So you don't want to get too attached to a particular feeling. You don't want to identify with a specific emotion too much. You really want to let it pass through you, allow it to be there, but you don't want to create a home for that emotion to take up residence for a long period of time. So that's what I'm getting from the King of Cups. Okay, I think I've said everything I want to say. Looks like an interesting week. If I could pick kind of one word or one theme to sum up this week, I think this is all about presence and being fully present and bringing a real quality of presence to your day-to-day interactions that you have. That's the main thing I'm getting with this card. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. As always, I invite you to share your own ideas and insights in the comment section. And if you want to learn more about tarot cards and tarot card reading, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I'll put the link below. And I hope you have a wonderful week.